At what age do you think is right to introduce sex education to a child? Do you think siblings of opposite sex should share the same room or having sex together? Why should parents be the first to introduce sex education to their child or to their children? Hi guys, it's your show The Broken, and my name is Akinola Florence. If you're joining me for the first time on the show, please do as well to click on the like button and share the video. It might be helping someone. Welcome once again to the show. I remain your girl Flo, and on today's show we'll be discussing a topic titled The Need for Sex Education in Every Home. The need for sex education in every family. As we all know, the goal of this program is to bring up a healthy family. You know, the product of a family, everybody meets in the society, and whatever we take out to the society from the family is what everybody is going to learn for, and how the home is exactly how our society will be. So on today's show, we'll be discussing the need for sex education in every home. I believe you agree with me that it is very, very important. It is important. The need for sex education cannot be overemphasized in every home and in the life of every child. With the increase in the rates of sexual abuse, people are not just talking about it, but it is happening. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to be a victim. You would not want to be a victim before you know the importance, before you know it is important for every one of us to introduce sex education in the home. I want to welcome everybody before I go into the topic fully. I want to welcome everybody here with me on the show today. Please drop your comments. When is it the right, at what age should sex education be introduced to a child? Why parents should be the one to introduce it? And do you think siblings of opposite sex should be staying together, sleeping together in the same room? What actually prompted this topic? It's a story I saw online. And it's really it's something else. When I saw the story, I'm like, is it that these children does not have parents, or they are not staying with their parents, or their parents have never, taken notice or noticed the sexual relationship between these two siblings? They are twin, and the twin brother got the twin sister impregnated. Now she said she has gotten to a last bus stop, that she is not going anywhere. The story is funny, but not a good one. That she is not going anywhere, that she wants to marry the brother. This is a story of a 29-year-old guy from Nasarawa State. Said he's in the state of dilemma, as he says he's thoroughly embarrassed by the development, while his twin sister, the mother of his two children, insists that she is married to him and has reached her destination as far as marriage is concerned. Okay, let me pause there. As far as marriage is concerned, she said, the twin sister said she has gotten to a final destination. Now, she has already given birth to 2 children for her twin brother. What a world, what a life. So today, and I'll be telling us the need for sex education. You know, while I was growing up, actually, back then, um it is a bad, it is very bad for you to talk about sex. You can't even talk about sex. You can't even say sex in your house. When your parents hear that from you, you are dead. Like you are dead, because they will start like, have you started, they'll see like, you have you started having sex, or you've been promiscuous, or why would you even talk about it? That is not, you are not free to talk about sex then. But I see the need for it in every home, for the children to be aware. Now I'll be starting from what is sex education. We're talking about the teaching and learning about sex and everything about sexuality, everything about human development, relationship, sexual behavior, and sexual health. That's what sexual education is all about. And it starts from when a child is little. Some people have been arguing that at what age, at what age, at what age, and I'm asking you guys too, that at what age do you think sex education should be introduced to a child? And you will be sure that at that age, that child will be fully aware and understand what you are trying to tell him or her. So at what age, viewers, at what age do you think, I'm still coming back to the story, at what age do you think parents should introduce sex education to their child? And do you even think it's important? You think or you feel it's important? And if you think it's not important and a child should not have access, or sex education should not be introduced to a child, just drop your comment what you feel about it. It's your opinion, and I'm sure this video will be a blessing to someone, because we all make mistakes, and if anybody has been on the track of mistake, they will be able to trace their steps back. When is the right time for sex education in a home or to a child? I said something that the need for sex education in the home cannot be overemphasized. With the increase in the rates of sexual abuse, it is happening around us. It is happening in your neighborhood. It's just that people are not talking about it, or they are not so confident about saying it out. And the only way people can help you, or the only way you can bring solution to all of this sexual abuse, harassment around us, is by talking about it. Is when we talk about it, we are able to pick on some perpetrators, and we just need to talk about this. So this morning, that's what I'll be doing. I said sex education means teaching and learning about sex and sexuality. We talk about human development from day one, from day old till when the person matures and he or she is able to take some decisions on their own. And it is for children, teenagers, to make rightful decision when it comes to sexuality. To help children understand the structure of their body, the development of their body, and say that it is normal. You know, children of nowadays, they grow very fast and they are so curious. They want to know everything. And if you are not there to tell them, to explain to them the meaning of all of this thing, and for them to understand, you see them making a wrong decision. You still see them making a lot of mistakes, and thereby going to get the information on a wrong platform. And it's what does this do to them? They get wrong information. It makes them make the wrong decision, and this affects their life. Sex should be part of life, or let me say, sex is part of life. It's a personality, and whatever choice you make about it has a way of affecting your life positively or negatively. And for it not to affect our lives, the life of our children negatively, and that is why it is important for us to let them know, to create awareness to them about all of these things. It's not a bad thing to talk to your child about sex, what sex means. And sex is not really about the act itself. It's about our human development, our body, our physical body, the structure. Everything is sexuality. We are talking about our body, the awareness of our body, the growth and the development of our body, of our structure. So children need to understand this. So I will be telling us a particular age what they should know. What they should know. And I think it is high time parents develop a good relationship. They have a good relationship between them and their children, because if you refuse to tell them all of those things, they will go out there and get the information. And even if there's nobody to tell them the information out there, internet is there, social media. They go to Google and they check whatever it is they want to know. And before you know it, you will see your child start acting or start behaving somehow. And maybe peradventure it has gotten out of hand. And you see a lot of children doing things that you can't even, as an adult, some adults are not even bold to do it or so confident to do some of those things. But you see children doing same thing. You see them talking about boyfriend at the nursery school. You see them saying, "Mommy, I love this." Saying, "Mommy, I do this." "Mommy, I like this person. This person is touching me." Anyhow, you need to let them know the difference between the good touch and the bad touch. They really need to know all of these things. So I will be picking it one after the other for us to understand. It is necessary. It is important. It is the right of every child to have access to sex education, or to be taught everything about sex and sexuality, about their body, growth, and development. Let me welcome everyone that is on the show with me today. Share this video, tell someone to come and watch, and click on the likes button and drop a comment in the comment section. What do you feel? What do you think? What do you think? I read a story when I started the show, of a 29-year-old guy that had a sexual relationship with a sister, twin sister. And the twin sister said she has gotten to her final destination, that she has gotten the person she wants to get married to after having 2 children. It didn't just start that day. It must have started maybe while they were young, and nobody noticed the relationship between them. And I'm very sure, maybe because they are not aware of all of those things, and now look at what that's turned to the extent that he impregnated the twin sister 2 times. Like, even if it's once, we might say it's a mistake, but now two. And I'm sure they have parents. I'm sure they have guidance or someone around there. And I'm very sure they went to school. And it is even high time that sex education is being introduced into the school curriculum. I was about I think I was on JSS 3 before I have access to what sex education is. And I could remember it was one organization that brought the program to secondary school. My mom never sat me down and tell me this is what sex means, this is what sexuality. All what my mom or what all our parents used to do then is, you must not move with an opposite sex. Don't let a guy touch you. Once a guy touch you like this, you will get pregnant. Once you start moving, once you hold the end of an opposite sex, you are going to get pregnant. That was what they told us back then. But that's not what it is. That is not what it is. You need to let these children know and understand, like, call what all the names of their body parts. Let them know the names. Stop using, they call private parts, they say kokoro. Don't let anybody touch your kokoro. What is kokoro? Call the name the way it is. I'm still going there. But then they wouldn't want us to have relationship with an opposite sex, not a physical contact, not to now talk of you talking or staying, but all these things, there's no harm in them. So my mom told me, okay, let me share a little bit of my own experience. My mom told me, you must not touch an opposite sex. It must not touch you. You must not stand and talk together. You must not hold hands. You can't shake. You can't. Once you do it like this, you get pregnant and you are out of school. That was what my mom told me there. And she didn't even tell me what it means for a lady to start menstruating, to all of these things. I got to know it after the workshop I had. And to understand that all these things are normal. And when you start experiencing them, when you start having feelings towards opposite sex, it is normal. That's what makes you who you are, human that you are. That it is normal for you to have feelings towards opposite sex, but how to make the right decision when all these feelings start coming. I had an interaction with a young girl while during my NYSC. She was in JSS2 and I was asking her, she would come to me, Auntie, I have this friend in my class. His name is, he told me the name, and I said, I love, anytime that we are in class, I love to talk to him. I said to talk to her that it is normal for her to feel that way. But when she starts some things, and there should be boundaries, I had to talk to her. So we need to let them know, to make sure, to bring to their awareness all of these things. So I'll be starting with, at what age do you think sex education should be introduced to a child? Some people will say at the age of 5, at the age of 8, at the age of 10, at the age of 12. But it's a process, and you take it's a step at a time. It's a step at a time, and you take it slowly with them. You see a child of 2 years asking the mom, the pregnant mom, what's in your tummy? And the mom will say, it's a baby. How does the baby get into your tummy? You see them, they are curious, they want to know everything. I'm talking about a 2-year-old child asking the mom, you and dad, why are you sleeping in the same room? It's because she's beginning to notice. She's coming to the consciousness of daddy is different from mommy. And they are sleeping in the same room. Why would they sleep in the same room? He sees the way the parents relate, and he or she wants to know more, wants to understand the chemistry, what is going on. And at this point, if you refuse to let them know the truth and try to open their understanding about it, tell them the truth, what exactly it is, the relationship between you, the mommy, and the daddy, and how the baby gets into the tummy. You see them, they will get the wrong information somewhere else, and it might be disastrous to their life. I hope we are understanding what I'm trying to say. I just want us to understand and the importance, what it is. Sex education should not be only for a female child. I notice our parents are not really worried about male child. But what is happening today in schools, what they are reporting to parents, what they see all those children, what they do in school, or what you see a 3-year-old boy trying to, no. They should be aware about all of these things. Sex education is designed to help young people gain information to make healthy decisions about sex and sexuality. I said this. And at a vulnerable age, they tend to make mistakes. And for us to not to allow these mistakes to happen, like siblings of opposite sex having sexual relationship with themselves. under the same roof, their parents. Oh no, no, it is bad. Not for it to get to that point. We need to teach our children how to establish and accept the role and responsibility of their own gender by acquiring the knowledge of sex. They need to know, accept who they are, their own gender, not wanting to be like, mommy, why does Junior have this? Why does Angel have this that I don't have? You see them, they ask this question. I'm saying what is happening. They ask these questions. It's because they really want to know. They don't know what is happening. And it is it is our role and responsibilities to make them understand all of this. So I'll be talking about from age. I have from 24 months. They should be able, at this age, they should be able to name all the parts of their body, including their genitals, and understand these body parts are normal. At this age, they need to know all of these things. They should be able to know their body parts. Tell them breast is breast. Tell them a boy that is penis, not kokoro, like we do say, like a lot of our parents do tell us. Tell them that no, Angel is different from you, Junior, and that's what make you a boy. That's what make her a girl. They should be able to name all these genitals and be conscious when somebody is trying to touch them in a good way and in a bad way. And at this age, they should also know their boundaries. When someone is trying to touch them, trying to touch their genitals, you should tell them that it is their private parts and nobody should have access or nobody should touch them in their private parts. In their private part. So at 24 months, at least that's 2 years, you should start introducing what sex education is to your child. I hope it's not too early. Yes, it is not too early because we've seen an adult abuse a 3-year-old girl. We've seen a case where an adult abuse a 5-year-old girl. And I'm very sure if this girl, if they are aware or they have the knowledge, the information, the right information about sex education, I'm very sure maybe that girl would have been able, maybe at the first approach or the first time it happened, she would have been able to open up. And I'm not saying this is all about the female child. We've seen adults abuse a young boy. I've seen a case where a adult lady is, sexually abusing a young boy of 5 years, asking him to be sucking her breast. It will place the boy on her. It was because when you're asking, how did I get to know all of this? It is when we get to know and we ask her. And we even ask the boy, 5-year-old is not too young not to be able to talk or to express himself or say what has been happening. The boy said all of these things. That was how it started. And it affects the boy. Everything about him was affected and it was something else. But thank God for intervention and for the boy to be able to open up on time. It was trying, and this is another thing about parents. You need to to be conscious, be attentive, have a good relationship with your child so that if anybody outside, not even now that we even have parents who abuse their child sexually, father to daughter, mother to son. At age 10, as a mother, you're having a bath with your 10-year-old son. And there's an age, even if I'm not saying fathers should not also want to be part of their daughter's life or their child. A father still, taking bait for A 2-year-old girl? Of course, there's no way you want to have a bath for your daughter, you won't touch some parts. There should be boundaries. I'm not saying she, as parents, but let's just try and balance all of these things. So at age 24 months, they should be able to name all the parts of their body. So that means sex education for a child can start at the age of 2 years. Now they can talk. Now they can notice some changes. The difference between their own body, a female and a male. So they should be able to identify all of their body parts, know what it is, and boundaries. They should be able to differentiate between a good touch coming from someone and a bad one coming from someone. Then we have preschool, that's 2 years. They should be able to know, how a body is formed and how it grows. Like at this age, I'm sure a child can ask the mom, why are you different from dad? Mom, why do you have breast and daddy does not have breast? Mom, why do you have this and dad does not have? Yeah, at this age, you need to let them know the difference between a male and a female. Then at age 5 to 8, they should know about heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual. They should know the role of sexuality in relationship. The role as a girl, there's role for you in a sexual relation, in sexuality. Of sexuality in relationship. As a male, they should know their role of sexuality in relationship. Teaching them how to use mobile devices safely. At this age, and I'm scared of how the rapid growth and in technology, how much children of nowadays really are so into technology. During our time, I didn't have access to a mobile phone until I was about leaving secondary school. And even the mobile phone I had access to then was just, you can just call your friends. I don't have access to internet. But now, a 4-year-old child have access to internet. You see them even telling their parents about what is happening on the social media. Parents at this age, I'm not saying you should not allow your child have access to the internet, social media, or stuff like that. But they should know how to use it. They should know their boundaries. They should, like, rules for talking to strangers and posting of pictures. And I saw it. I knew of a teenage girl that was sharing her nude pictures. She was sharing a nude picture with another teenage boy under the name of boyfriend and girlfriend. And this girl is just about 14-year-old. She is just a teenager. She was sharing a nude pictures with somebody else. And they were talking. That one, the boy was asking her to send her breasts. Then she also was requesting that the guy should send the picture of his penis. And they were exchanging pictures. Teenagers, like teenagers, you know what that's what I've become. I'm not saying as parents you should not give allow your children or your child to have access to the internet or have access to a mobile phone, but let them know the rules behind all of this. Let them have boundaries. Since, like, there should be time they have access to it, and there should be time you take it from them. And if they are not aware about all of those things, they will just see everything like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can. And hence, the need for sex education. They should be taught, at this age, they should be taught the basics about puberty. They should know, because they are good at age 5, age 8. You see, the rapid growth in a lot of children nowadays, even at age 10, you see them already have breasts, Children, a girl of 11 years is already menstruating. Yeah, 12, they're already menstruating. Not like before that. It is until you reach 16 years or, or 17 or 18. 10 years, I've seen a girl of 10 years who started menstruating. So they need to know all of this. Then we have the age of preteen. That's the age of 9 to 12. At this age, you should teach them all about safe sex, contraception, basic information about pregnancy and STDs. That even if at all any child decide to have a sexual relationship, he or she will be able to make the right decision. And we have the teenagers aged 13 to 18. They should be fully aware about puberty, teenage pregnancy, STDs, sexual transmitted diseases. They should be fully aware about their body, how their body works, what is called when you start having feelings toward opposite sex. Tell them what they what they will see. Some changes, having hair in their private parts, the growth, the girls start having breasts and start menstruating. The boys start having erections, having feelings towards opposite sex. They should be fully aware about all of these things. And how to educate your child as a parent. I said, there's this question I asked before I started the show, like when I started the show, that why it is important for the parent to do it, to do the sex education themselves. Why it is important for them to be the one to introduce. Number one, to avoid the children getting wrong information from a wrong person, or getting the right information from the wrong channel. Yes, they can actually get the right information from a wrong channel. Why you should be? Because they said, okay, education starts from home. Start from home. Everything a child needs to learn or should learn should start from the house, from the home, because the parents are in the rightful position to teach them all of these things in the right way. Observe your children's gender expression while they are growing up as parents. So, I've been able to analyze at what age should a child have access to sex education and the process, how it should go and what should be introduced to them at a particular age, and why it is important for parents to be the one to to educate them first. Mother to daughter, father to son. They learn fast from you because they see all of these things in the home. And lastly, I'll be talking about, going back to the story I shared, that do you think siblings of opposite sex should remain in the same room, should be sleeping in the same room, or at what age do you think, or at a particular stage do you think they can stay on their own? Let me quickly address this before I go today. Or maybe we can take it next week. Okay, I'll be having a part 2 of this topic next week, so as not to bombard us with a lot of things. I don't know if I have comments to read. Okay, let me just adjourn everything till next week. We are going to have the part 2 of this topic. So I believe you have been able to gain 1 or 2 things on the show today. Don't forget, drop a comment, click on the likes button, and share. Let's share this video. Let's share it. You might be helping someone. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that joined me on the show today. Till next week, we'll meet again. See you same time. Bye.